What's up, fuckers? Katonu Chiha 4525 here, back again with another video. And today I actually wanted to talk about why I'm doing my comic right now called Gas Chamber. I'm sorry if I'm not looking into the camera. It's like when you're recording a video on your computer, you can't help but to look at the screen. I'm gonna try to look directly into the camera so I can feel like I'm talking to you guys instead of talking to myself. Why am I doing this comic called Gas Chamber? I'm doing this because it's a story that I've had in my head that's been in my head for a really long time. It's not the exact story that I've had, but it's the characters and kind of the concept that I had in my head. Originally the story started out as something totally different, and then I decided to enter the story in a contest in which the concept of it changed more to more of a shonen type feel. And then I decided to pull back and go to my original concept, but then change it up a little. So the original concept of the story was a very dramatic story, a very slice of life type of story, because I wanted the reader to be getting something out of it, and I didn't want to present that kind of story, that kind of concept as a fighting fantasy kind of thing. I wanted this to be more of a realistic story as possible, but also at the same time I wanted it to be more believable than realistic. So I decided to take one of the events in history, a major event in history, and it was the Holocaust. I decided to play around with that concept a little bit, and I decided to watch a bunch of movies and read up on it a little bit. And I didn't want to make a story where I was making a comic about the Holocaust. I wanted to make a story where it was the concept of the Holocaust and what that kind of thing can do to children, and how can children, the innocent mind of a child influence that of an adult. Because I wanted the children essentially to be the smartest and the wisest type of people, because at the end of the day, they see things that adults don't see. Adults are so set in their ways, and children can still be easily painted. And I wanted my character to have gone through, having a mindset and being forced to have this specific type of mindset. But I also wanted her to learn how to be open, and her not learn how to be scared of real life things. And I also want her to be a very courageous character. I want her to be, straightforward, willing to do anything, and willing to, talk to the secondary main character and move on with the story and her life. And that's the kind of story that I feel a real connection to. But to be 100% honest with you guys, Gas Chamber is not the comic that I want to do right now, but it is something that I'm forcing myself to do because I really want to get the story out and I want to get it finished, just because I really like the concept, I really like the characters, and I want to get something published, and I want to make all my mistakes right now before I move on to the bigger property that I've always produced, which would be Enter the Void, a story that I've carried on with me throughout the years, a story that I've been developing since I was a child, unknowingly developing. That's the story I really want to work on. I really just want to get this story out because I want to make my mistakes, because I want to show that I can tell a story. Enter the Void is my child, and I want it to be as perfect as humanly possible. Gas Chamber is my child too, but I've made some, I've talked to myself a little bit about doing this property. I'm like, there are a lot of times that I don't want to do this, but it's like, I need to do this so I could just get it out there. And it's like, I feel like when I think like that, when I think I don't want to do this. That's what really hurts my imagination and my thought process a lot. And which is why I have such a hard time writing down, the script. I have a hard time drawing the storyboards because it's difficult for me to see the story because I don't have that kind of motivation like I do for Enter the Void. You understand? It's really, really strange. And I've always been the type of person to not write out a script for my story because I'm not a writer, and I feel like writing the script takes like forever. I would rather write the script and do the storyboards at the same time because I'm a visual thinker. I visualize things and I have to like draw them out. I can't just write them out because it doesn't really help my thought process. And when I write them out, I don't ever go back to my notes. Like, I would write bullet points. That's easier than just writing like a whole essay. You understand? So yeah. What else? But yeah, Gas Chamber, I'm definitely continuing, and I'm definitely not going to give up this time. Because I have started it before, and I have started other comics before that I haven't finished. Like a long time ago, if you guys stuck with this channel, I was working on a one-shot called Okami Nico, and I completely finished that one-shot. I did the 32 pages and I put it out there. But I wanted to continue. I did 2 chapters of that comic, and that was it, because the website I was putting it on shut down. So I guess that made me kind of lose motivation to do it. But now, when I'm hosting Gas Chamber on Webtoons, I want to be able to get more people and more eyes on that property, and I want to get people's feedback. And I feel like that is what's going to push me to do the story more than to not do it. You understand? Just seeing people's feedback and seeing people judge my sequential art, that's what I live for, and that's what I like to hear. I know a lot of artists don't like critiques, but that's what I like. I like critiques, and I like to improve and get better. Because how can you improve and get better if you're doing the same thing and not getting feedback on what you should be improving on? You understand? A lot of artists are like that, where they don't like feedback because it hurts them, but it just like makes me stronger. I don't know. I'm a weird person. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed the videos that I've shown of my process, of me drawing Gas Chamber. I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. I guess this will be the start of my 100 Days of Making Comics Challenge. Yesterday's video would have been the start. So yeah, these are all going to be pre-recorded day by day, and we upload a day early, so that way it will be easier for me to continue to do the art and then edit the stories at the end, edit the videos at the end of the day. That's how I'm doing this stuff. Doing art in the morning, editing videos like way at night. So yeah, please follow all my social media in the description. All of them will be in the description down below. I have a Patreon. If you want to subscribe to me for a monthly pledge, I have $1, $5, and $10. If you want to buy me a one-time coffee, that would be greatly appreciated. Any type of income from my art is just greatly appreciated, or any type of liking or sharing or commenting. I'm very appreciative of those things, and I really do see them. And I'm sorry if I don't get back to you right away. I just have a lot of shit to do. And I said in my previous videos that I do have a lot of things to do. And I try to make time for doing art and then answering people. And sometimes doing art just conquers answering people. But I really do see your comments, and I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you in tomorrow's video.